student exams. So, Naruto's up first. Naruto says, Christian, truth or dare? Christian says, dare. Naruto says, I dare you to sing, I'm a banana, while transforming into a banana. He goes, yep, I'll do that 100%. Ah, shut up! The meme won't be able to be loud enough if he doesn't shut up. Alright, so he says, fine, stands up, and he says, transform! And just moves left to right going, oh my god, stop, Chase. There's literally no one there, stop. Stop, go lay down. No. Alright, so he goes, oh my god, he literally starts barking literally after I tell him to stop. So he goes, stop! There's literally nothing there, you keep on leaving and coming back barking. My dog is the most annoying dog in the universe. He goes, shut up! I'm literally trying to do something. Every time I try and do it, nope, can't do it. Nope, I'm just gonna keep on barking. Here he goes. 3, 2, 1. Christian says,
I'm a banana, I'm a banana, I'm a banana. Look at me! I'm a banana, I'm a banana, I'm a banana. Look at me!
alright. I'm a banana, I'm a banana. After the I am a banana, he transforms back and says, I will never do that again. That's all I wanted to do, I needed the meme. Moving on to the actual tuning exams. When they get in, when they start in, Team 7 would have to do the practical exams. I'm just going to skip the Rock Lee fight because that's not important. He goes, well, it's time for the exam. Naruto's struggling. Sasuke struggle. Well, actually, Sasuke. Your boy Sasuke is cheating. Sakura just knows the answers. Dominic just knows the answers. Christian says, whatever. Puts on his fox mats and activates his demon eyes, which means he can see through. He looks at someone's test, going, instantly, 5 seconds later, copied all the answers. And then finishes it instantly, giving it to the thing, saying, I'm done. Well, let's just get into it again. So after everyone finishes, let's get into it. Moving on to Forest of Death. Immediately the 5 run in the forest. Christian already on high alert, so he pulls out his knife. Literal knife. Actually, it's his kunai. And he says, I know how to get people to come to us, so we can get easy pickings. They say, how? Christian says, remember that dare, Naruto? That's gonna come in handy.
What, Greg? I'm a banana. You're what? I'm a banana. What happened to your clothes? I'm a banana. I'm a banana. I'm a banana. I'm a banana.
Look.
Look at me, man. I'm a banana. I'm a banana.
And out of nowhere, a giant wind blast comes. Christian says, shoot. And Dominic jumps in front of him saying, wood style, domed wall. Trying a domed wall. He goes, ah. It says, thanks. And he disappears. He goes, dun, 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 dun. It's basically when Ultra Instinct Goku slid past Kefla, going dun dun, dun, and then the barrage of punches going. Well, the Orochimaru are taking most of them. He goes, and with one swift punch sends Orochimaru flying. He says, I'm a banana striker! Boom, boom! And just with a... He says, look at my wrist. Hey! And just knocks him straight out, going, boy, you nothing. He says, I'm a banana. Whatever. He basically just, then everyone jumps in, except for Sakura, since she's useless. They'll jump in and start to attack. They go, dun, 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 dun. Christian says, guys, back up, quickly! I have my move! He goes... Okay, no. Christian is about... When Orochimaru is about to punch Christian, he blocks it. And wind slashes past him when he blocks it and goes, here goes nothing. And he says... That's what we see for the Mudas. What tears off Orochimaru's skin. Everyone's like, what the? He just Muda him to death. And says, there you go. And decides that this isn't enough. It says, Sasuke! Sasuke would jump and create a ninja wire, strangling Orochimaru, then throwing him against a wall, tying him up. He says, Dominic! Dominic will say, wood style silent strangle around the tree, holding Orochimaru back even more. Christian says, good. Christian says, Naruto! 5 Naruto Shadow Clones would hold down Orochimaru. And then Christian would say, lightning style. Purple light. He says, black lightning. And rushes towards going, I'm a banana. Okay. I know where he feels weird on his back. He goes, ah! His whole body starts to glow blue. And then I know where an energy beam comes straight out of his mouth. He goes, whoa! If you don't know what this is a Godzilla reference from his atomic breath. He goes, no! People think he's throwing up. Some people think he's got some energy breath. He goes, no! Incinerating Orochimaru. I want to do a what if Godzilla was in Naruto. That would be pretty cool. Like, what if Naruto had Godzilla? Like, what if Sasuke had Godzilla or something? Or like, what if my character had Godzilla? That'd be pretty cool. Because for Godzilla's movie, I'm on Team Godzilla. Even though King Kong's probably gonna win because like he's the hero of the story, so like. Yeah. Wait. Did Madara just kill himself? So, after using the atomic breath, I just KO'd Orochimaru so he doesn't stand a chance. He's like, I am a dead boy. I am a dead boy. Look at me die. No! I was just about to blast him. So with that, they defeat Orochimaru, but he's not dead. They dip. Well, about to, Sasuke gets bit. Naruto gets 5-pronged sealed to be knocked out. Then it's just Sasuke, Christian, and Dominic. Well, that's actually it's Sakura, Christian, Naruto, and Dominic. Christian activates his wings and his demon eyes and says, Hurrah! Trying to box him up, but he ain't doing nothing. And says, Hurrah! Dominic would bind him while Christian strikes him, going, Hurrah! Christian says, we have to get rid of him. Christian, with his full power, goes, Detroit! Smash! Sending Orochimaru right back to the beginning. And they just dip. Going under a tree thing. Christian says that he's a good idea. And he spreads his wings out. The feathers come off and like they form a barrier. Out of nowhere, a sound blast comes in, but the barrier penetrates it. Christian releases the wings and then rushes towards with one quick punch and knocks Zaku straight out, saying, I'm not in the mood for you. Then pulls out his knife and slices Dosu's head off, going, and says, I'll keep this as a trophy. He pulls out a rod and slams Dosu's head on it. And says, my new trophy. Sakura, grossed out, turns around so she doesn't have to see it. Then Christian spins his knife into his other hand and cuts off Keen's head, saying, pulling out another rod and stabbing Keen's head into it, saying, 2 of them. Maybe I'll freeze them, destroy them, and make the remains into ice cream. He goes, yeah, that's too weird. He says, Christian stretches out his arm and says, Orasumi! Oh, let me show it up, actually. You don't need to hear that. Shoot, no. He does that with that music, with his arms out going, with his mouth open going, ha! With his gaping, sharp teeth. With Dosu's head and Keen's head on his hands, saying, Nobody thinks this guy's gone insane. When Naruto and Sasuke wake up, they head to the finish line, finishing up. Then, when they do it, they see Iruka saying, oh yeah, the 5-man team. Christian says, yeah, it's us. Moving on to the matches. The first match, Dominic versus Neji Hyuga! I'm kidding, it's Dominic versus Rock Lee. Now this is a problem for Dominic, because he can't keep up with Rock Lee's speed. Third Hokage Orochimaru wonders where his goons are. Christian walks over to Orochimaru, saying, oh hello, Orochimaru. He says, what have you done with them? Christian says, and he's about to summon the heads, but then he realizes that he doesn't want to and says, oh, they're dead. He goes, you insolent little. Christian says, hey, there's tons of people here that can easily kill you, so you might want to back off. And jumps right back to where he is. Then after a while, Dominic would start to give in to hit. Dominic would start to break instantly with Rock Lee's things. Then Dominic would decide, take away Rock Lee's chakra so he can't do anything. He goes, Silent Strangle Jutsu, strangling Rock Lee. Then Dominic would pull out a kunai and put it to his throat, saying, do you yield? He goes, what? This is the Fukuro? I'm done. Stop it. Stop it. You guys are not cool for this. So after that, Christian says, it's Christian's match versus one of Kabuto's squad. I'm kidding. It's versus Gaara. And says, oh, depressed boy. He jumps in and says, with his hands in his pocket, says, oh, yeah. Gaara says, you're not intimidated by my bloodlust? Christian says, why would I? When I just did this. Instantly, Dominic would create a clone to block Sakura's eyes because she already is afraid of that. Kakashi says, what are you doing? He says, can Sasuke do this? I'm not doing this. Kakashi would block Sakura's eyes. Out of nowhere, two heads appear in his hands with black rods in them, and he holds them up like a popsicle. And says, this is what I've done. You think you can stop me? Everyone there was like, what the? He says, what the? He looks at him and says, hey you, these are your students, are they? Christian pulls out his knife and says, this is the knife that slaughtered them. It's got blood on it. It still has their blood. He puts the thing to his mouth, the knife to his mouth, and licks the blood, going, ah, and places it right back in his pocket. It says, ah. Gaara's like, what the? Christian puts on his fox mask and disappears with one simple punch. Heads him into a wall. Temari and Conqueror are like, no one's hit Gaara before. With that punch, he placed a mark on him. Gaara would go for sand. Christian would appear right in front of him, flicking him in the head. He goes, ugh. Christian would appear right behind him, going, then he pulls out his knife and stabs Gaara. Not doing a lot, but still stabbing him. Going, Christian says, don't make me use any more than this. Gaara will transform. Well, actually powering up. Christian says, alright then, I'm sorry about this. Backflips and goes, unsheathes his sword and says, da-na-na-na-na. His wings fully expand. Everyone says, he's got wings? And he pulls off his mask, revealing the horn. He says, and then the music starts to play again. If you don't... And then, with his Dark Angel sword, adds lightning style. And flies towards him, going... cutting right through Gaara's sand, going... and then stabbing Gaara in the stomach. Gaara faints, well actually passes out, and Christian wins. But they've got some questioning to do on him. So then, out of nowhere, Kakashi, the third Kakashi, is given a quick order by the third Hokage to knock him out. Out of nowhere, Kakashi would go to knock him out. Christian's wings block it, saying, oh Kakashi, you really think you can knock me out that easily? Sorry. And with his wing in Kakashi's when Kakashi's arm in his wing, he yeets Kakashi into a wall, saying, "Come on, you really think I'm that dumb?" Every one of the Jonin jump in, except for Orochimaru, and they say, "Please, cooperate. Everything will be normal if you just cooperate." Couldn't just, "Why should I? Why should I?" And disappears behind them, going, "Give me a second." Christian appears right behind him and goes, and the Jonin are like, "What the?" And instantly his foot rams right into Genma's face. Says, he says, "Fine, I'll cooperate." He says, "I just need a quick strike in." Till I take him away. While the rest of them do their proctoring matches. When Christian's taken into the room, they say, "What do you know right now?" Christian says, "Show me those two things you showed us." Christian says, "Summoning!" And summons those two things in his hands. He says, "These, there are some people who are trying to attack us on the tuning exams, so I cut their heads off." He goes, "What happened to the other one?" He says, "That one." He grabs his rod, he says, "Summoning," and pulls out another one. He says, he pulls out another knife, his other knife, and says, "Oh, still got blood." And they say, "Why do you lick the blood?" Christian says, "Makes the kill more interesting." He says, "If I joined the Akatsuki, that'd be pretty cool." He goes, "Yeah." He says, "Wait, why would you want to be a part of the Akatsuki? Those are S-rank ninjas." Christian says, "Well, I just killed somebody, so." Christian says, "I just killed an entire squad." They say, "Gara did too." Christian says, "Cool. Am I done now? I want to watch the rest of the matches." And Kakashi asks a question, "What do you plan to use those heads for?" Christian says, "They're trophies to show that I'm evil and love to kill. Every day you might be getting mission reports. Maybe you won't." They say, "Is that a threat?" He pulls out his monkey bat. He's about to smack him. Christian puts his hand forward and inch it and blocking it, saying, "Old man, we both know this thing can feel pain." And pulls out a sword and puts it right to this thing and says, "This thing can feel pain. If I stab it, that thing will die. So you might want to back off." He goes, "How do you know that this thing can feel pain?" So they bring him back. He watches the matches. Moving on to the 30-day thing. Christian says, I'm gonna go give those things that that the fourth Hokage gave me. He teleports back home and stabs the new trophies into his wall, saying, perfect. Then starts to pull up the 20 scrolls he gave him, and start to practice the newest jutsu he wants to learn. He goes, finally, he learns that jutsu in the month. You guys will see. The first match, Christian also wants to add his fire element to it. So he goes, and there it is. He's got his fire element into this. So, that's all for now.